Good morning students, most welcome in a class of mathematics. Today we are going to start a very important chapter, that is circle. Okay, but before starting the definition of circle and before knowing what is the circle, I am sure that one thing, you may have come across many objects in your daily life which are in a round shape, and that objects are what? For example, wheel. Okay, for example, wheel. This wheel is in a round shape. Okay, this is a wheel. Also, you have also seen clock. It is also in a round shape. All right. Okay, and you have also, I am sure that you have also eaten pizza. Okay, pizza is also in a shape of circle. Okay, it has different slices. Okay, this is also in a round shape. This is pizza. All right, and you have also seen dartboard. What is dartboard? Dartboard is a board which is used in a game of archery. Okay, in a game of archery. All right, this is the dartboard. So, in your daily life, I am sure that you are come across with these objects, and one thing is common in all these objects, that is all are in a round shape. All right. So, students, today's session is related to it, and today's session we will discuss the circle. Okay. So, let us start the definition of the circle. So, what is circle? Suppose we have a line segment OP, okay, in which O is fixed and P is moving point. Okay, if I move this point around this fixed point, keeping this distance constant, then which shape, which path it will complete? Let's see. Okay, all right. So, we are getting this geometrical shape, and this geometrical shape is called circle. Okay, this is a moving point, and this is a fixed distance, and this is a fixed point. If I rotate this line segment around this fixed point, then we get this geometrical shape which is known as circle. All right. Okay. So, let us define what is the circle. What is circle? It is a locus of a moving point. It is a locus of a moving point. Suppose here P is a moving point. It is a locus of a moving point whose distance from a fixed point here fixed point is O, is always constant, is always constant. All right. So it is a locus of a moving point P whose distance from a fixed point O is always constant. So what is the meaning of locus? Locus means path. Locus means what? Path. So when this moving point move around this fixed point keeping this distance constant, then it trace a path. Okay. Then it trace a path, and that path is called circle. All right. Two conditions must be followed. That this point should be fixed and distance must be constant. All right. So this is the definition of the circle. Okay. So let's look the some terms related to it. That is what this fixed point. This fixed point is called center. This fixed point is called center, and this fixed distance is called radius. This fixed distance is called radius, denoted by r. Okay. So how we represent this circle in a mathematical way? How we write it? It is very simple to write. C circle having center O, radius r. This is the method to write any circle, to represent any circle whose center is O, radius is r. Okay. So students, I am supposing that I hope you have understand this definition. It is a locus of a moving point. It is a locus of a moving point whose distance from a fixed point, whose distance from a fixed point is always constant. If you take this distance, okay, this is also r. If you take this distance, this is also r. So this distance is always constant. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Some more interesting thing related to circle. Okay. So let us discuss it. So students, a very interesting thing is related to circle. That is what here. For three sides, by three sides, you get a triangle. You get a triangle. All right. By four sides, you get a quadrilateral. You get a quadrilateral. By five sides, you get a polygon that is known as pentagon. Okay. By six sides, you will get a polygon that is hexagon. That is what? Hexagon. And by eight side, you will get octagon. All right. Octagon. So if you repeat this activity infinitely times, okay, infinitely time, then what will be happen? You will get circle at last. Okay. So what we observe by this activity? You observe that circle is the largest polygon. Circle is the largest polygon. Okay. Circle is the largest polygon. Why I am saying that it is the largest polygon? Because circle consists infinite sides. Okay. Circle consists infinite sides. All right. So this should be noted by you. Okay. You should be note down. All right. So we have studied what is circle, what is the definition of it. We have also discussed circle is the largest polygon, point to be noted. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is what? Suppose this is a plane. Okay, this is a plane. So one thing is also you should note in a circle, in a definition of circle, that is what? Circle is a plane figure. Circle is a plane figure. What does it mean? It means that it is a 2D figure. It is what? It is a 2D figure. 2D figure means two-dimensional figure. Okay. Plane figure means you can draw the circle in this plane. Okay. It has only two dimensions, that is x axis and y axis. All right. So you should be noted that circle is a plane figure. All right. So if I draw a circle here, if I draw circle on this plane, all right, then this circle divides the whole plane into three parts. Okay. And what they are, let's see. This region is called exterior region of the circle. Exterior of the circle. Okay, all right. And this is called, this boundary. Okay, this boundary of the circle is known as boundary of the circle. Okay, boundary of the circle. And what the last, this portion, this is known as interior of the circle. Interior of the circle. All right. Okay. So whenever we draw a circle in a plane, then that circle divides the whole plane into three parts: exterior of the circle, boundary of the circle, and interior of the circle. This is the interior region of the circle. This is the exterior region of the circle, and this is on the circle, boundary of the circle. All right. So students, we have seen the definition of circle and related some special things related to circle. So it's time to move on to discuss related terms of the circles, and that are the very important. Okay. So let's see. Now let us discuss related terms to the circles. Related terms to the circle. Related terms to the circle. So our first term is what? That is circumference. Okay. What is that? First term is circumference. So what is circumference? Actually, suppose we have a circle O. All right. So length of this boundary is known as perimeter of the circle, and perimeter of the circle is known as the circumference of the circle. So what is the definition of this? Perimeter of the circle is known as circumference. All right, point to be noted. This is the circumference of the circle. All right, students. Okay. Now next term is what? Arc. An arc of a circle. What is that? Next thing is what? Arc. What is arc? if I take 2 points on this circle, okay, if I take 2 points on this circle, suppose P and Q, here I have take 2 points P and Q, then this continuous piece of the circle, okay, this continuous piece of the circle is known as arc, okay. Arc is what? It is a continuous piece of the circle, okay. And now student, how we denote these arcs, how we write in a mathematical way. So here this is a circle. If I give it anti-clockwise rotation, okay, for your convenient, if I give anti-clockwise rotation, then it help us to write the arc in a mathematical way. How? This arc PQ is actually minor arc. This is called actually minor arc, and this is the another arc, that is QP. See the rotation, that is QP, okay. So QP is here what? QP is major arc. QP is what? Major arc. All right. Okay. So students, one thing point to be noted, length of major arc is always greater than the length of the minor arc. All right. Length of major arc is always greater than the length of the minor arc. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next term related to the circle. Okay. So what is our next term? Next term is what? Chord. Chord. What is chord? So just make you to understand, take a circle. Suppose center is O. Take any 2 point P and Q on the circle. Okay. Join this. Then you get a line segment, that is PQ. Then you get a line segment PQ. So actually chord is a line segment which is obtained by joining the 2 points of the circle. Okay. So if you want to define it, it is a line segment. It is a line segment which is obtained by joining 2 points. All right. It is a line segment which is obtained by joining the 2 points. Okay. You can draw infinite chords in the circle. Okay. If I take 2 points, then you get a chord here. If I join 2 points of the circle, then we get another chord. So there are infinite chords of this circle. Okay. What you need to do, just join the 2 points of the circle. Okay. You get infinite chords of the circle by joining the 2 points of the circle. All right. Next term is what? That is diameter. Next term is what? Diameter. What is diameter? Actually diameter is also a chord, but a very special thing it has. What is that? For example, if I take two circles, if I take a circle, okay, then suppose this is the 2 points of this circle. and if I join these 2 points, then I get a chord. But what is the special thing in it? That is, it is passing through the center. This chord is passing through the center. So, what is the definition of diameter? It is a chord, it is a chord, it is a chord of circle passing through center. Okay, it is a chord of circle passing through center. Okay, one thing is also note that about the radius, that is what? It is the longest chord. Okay, it is the longest chord. It is the longest. All right, why it is the longest? If you want to draw another chords, then you observe all other chords are less than in comparison to PQ. Okay, length of all chords are less in comparison to PQ. So, what we observe, diameter is the longest chord. Okay, diameter is the longest chord, point to be noted. Next thing, also note that this is a center and this is a point on the circle. So, obviously, this constant distance is known as radius, as we have discussed. This is also center of a circle and this is a point on the circle. So, this constant distance is also r. Okay. So, can you tell me length of the diameter? What is the name of the diameter? That is PQ. Okay. What is the length of the diameter? That is here PQ. So, diameter, length of the diameter is equals to r plus r, that is 2r. R plus r means 2r. So, you should always note that length of the diameter is always equals to 2 times of the radius. 2 times of the radius, point to be noted. All right. Okay. So, let us move on to the next terms. Okay. I hope you are getting all points what I am trying to discuss. Okay. So, here students, next term is what I am going to discuss, that is segment. Okay. What is segment? So, just make you understand, let us look at this circle. Suppose we have a circle with center O and suppose PQ is a chord, and actually segment is a region. Okay. Segment is a region bounded by the chord and an arc of the circle. Okay. If you see this region, this is bounded by this chord and this arc. Okay. So, this shaded region is known as segment. So, what is segment? It is a bounded region by chord and an arc of the circle. All right. Okay. Now, next thing is what? Actually, this segment is bounded by the minor arc. This segment is bounded by the minor arc. So, this segment is known as minor segment. And this segment, this is also another segment. This segment is bounded by the major arc and this chord. So, this segment is known as major segment. This segment is known as major segment. All right, students. So, one thing is always note that a chord a chord of a circle always divide the circle into two segments, that is, one is minor segment which is bounded by the minor arc, and next one is the major segment which is bounded by the major arc and the chord. Okay. A chord always divides the circle into two segments. Okay. So, next thing is what? Next thing is sector. Okay. Next thing is sector. What is sector? For this, draw a circle. Okay. So, here if I draw two radii of the circle, okay, note that radii is actually plural form of radius. Okay, radii is the plural form of the radius. So, here this is a region, this shaded region. Look at this bounded region. This region is bounded by radii of the circle and an arc of the circle. So, this region is known as sector. This region is known as sector. All right. So, what is the definition of it? It is a region. It is a region bounded by what? Bounded by radii and an arc of the circle. All right, students. Okay. So, here if you see this figure thoroughly, then you get that this is a minor sector. Why? Because it is bounded by the minor arc. Okay. And this one is the major sector. This one is the major sector. Why? Because this region is bounded by the major arc. All right. Okay. So, finally, students, we have discussed lot of terms related to circle, and let's move on to the very important term, that is tangents and secant of the circle. Let us discuss very important term, that is tangents and secant of the circle. What they are and what is the meaning of it? Let us try to understand. Okay. For this, suppose we have circle O and we have a line L. For example, this is a line. This line is not intersecting the circle. Okay. So, let us see how this line intersects the circle, in how many ways. Okay. So, first one is, if this line intersect the circle at exactly one point. Okay. If this line L intersect the whole circle at exactly one point, then we say that this line L is a tangent, and this point is known as point of contact. Okay. Point of contact. All right. So, what is the definition of tangent? If I write down the definition, if you want to write down the definition of tangent, so how we write? It is a line which intersect the circle at exactly one point, okay, and this point is known as point of contact. and let us talk about the what is secant. Okay. So, if this line intersect the circle at 2 points, okay, at 2 points, suppose P and suppose S and T. So, what is secant? Secant is a line which intersect the circle at two distinct points, that is S and T. So, what is that? This line is known as actually secant, and what is the definition of it? It is a line which intersect the circle at two distinct point. Okay, distinct point means different point. Okay, that is S and T. So, this is the definition of secant and tangent. Okay. Okay, so let us move on some interesting thing related to tangents. All right, students, I hope you are understanding all things what we are discussing here. Okay. For example, suppose I have a triangle. If I have a circle, suppose if I have a circle, and so how many tangents you can draw on the circle? How many tangents? You can draw infinite tangents on the circle. Point to be noted. Okay. You can draw infinite tangents on the circle. All right. Okay. So, first thing is what? You can draw infinite tangents on the circle. All right. This is the point to be noted. Next thing is what? If I ask to you, tell me how many tangents you can draw inside the circle. This is the on the circle, and how many tangents can you draw on the circle? Can you tell me? If I want to try it, suppose if I take this, okay, this is not a tangent. So, you can't draw tangent inside the circle. It is not possible. Okay. So, note that you cannot draw tangents inside the circle. Okay. This thing you should keep in your mind. All right. So, students, finally we have discussed all the related terms to the circle. Okay. So, in today's session, what we have discussed? We have discussed the following things. First one is, what is the definition of circle? After that, we have seen related terms to it, that is chord, okay, arc, segment, sector, tangent and secant. These things we have discussed in this lecture. So, finally, students, we have introduced the circle, and in the next lecture we will try to solve the exercise related to it. Thank you.